Hello friends, James Stevenson back with another video. Who's hating hard on Tesla today? It's Jerry Rig Everything. Zach Nelson, I guess is the guy's name. Let's check in with my co-host Loki first. You can see, has one eye open. He is not sleeping in bed. He is just relaxed. And I'll share my desktop with you. Oh, I forgot to roll the Who's Hating Hard on Tesla Today sizzle for the first time ever. It is Zach at Zach's Jerry Rig Everything, who tweeted or posted last week, hot take, it should only be called full self-driving with the quotation fingers. If the auto manufacturer takes full responsibility for the car's actions. You forgot the apostrophe there, but we're not being pedantic about our grammar on X. Everything up to that point is a driving assistant. Huh. Tagging Tesla here, at Tesla, has been selling their $12,000 lie for 8 years now. There's a lot to unpack here. So, like, a $12,000 lie, when it was for sale for $12,000, it was also a $15,000 product for a while there. When I bought it, it was $7,000 total. $4,000 for autopilot and $3,000 for full self-driving back in late 2018 is what the pricing was. But it's been other prices too besides those for 8 years now, except it's not a lie because everybody who bought it, well, not everybody, many of the people who bought it have been experiencing full self-driving for a long time now. I have for years. They've allowed me to use full self-driving, which has been very good for years at stuff like highways, you know, regular streets, intersections, those sorts of things. It's been getting better slowly over time on stuff like, you know, turns and lane changes and U-turns, complicated stuff, right? Weird situations. One-lane roads, that stuff they're still kind of working on a little bit today. My take was to reply to his hot take. Hot take, it should only be called Jerry Rig Everything after you have actually jerry-rigged everything. Up to that point, it's just Zach content sponsored by Ford. Yeah, this guy's not Jerry, he's Zach. He's billing himself extremely similarly to full self-driving. He's got 3 words that end in ing. The first 2 words are a total of 8 letters. It's an extremely comparable situation here. He doesn't jerry-rig everything. That's the name of his channel, though. So very funny that this guy who gets sponsored by Ford would come out with this Tesla hate tweet and get 1.9 million views on it, 14,000 likes. If you do the math on this, that's not even a 1% like rate. So 1% on 1.9 million, by my math, let's move this decimal 2 places, would be 19,000 likes. My reply here got 32,000 views and 1.8 thousand likes, which is a very strong showing for this many views, right? So a 1% like rate on 32,000 views would be 0.32, so 320 likes. I beat that by, you know, 5. So I got like a 5% like rate on my reply to Jerry here. But the conversation continues with Rag Leo. However, you inadvertently conceded his initial argument, or at the very least, failed to counter it effectively. Well, alright, what was his initial argument? It should only be called full self-driving if the auto manufacturer takes full responsibility for the car's actions. Alright, let's address that point. I will also concede the points that Instant Pot doesn't cook food instantly, and Maybelline Baby Skin isn't made of actual baby skin. So there's a lot of products out there that do not do what the literal name of the brand would seemingly imply, right? I agree, $12,000 to $15,000 FSD is in the same category, wink, Price point doesn't make any difference. Either you understand branding or you don't. You can decry Red Bull's failure to give you literal wings on social media if that's how you really want to spend your time, but others may question your particular animus towards that brand. Why are you singling out Red Bull, whose marketing tagline for decades has been Red Bull gives you wings, for not actually giving you wings? There's 1,000 other examples you could point to where the name of the brand doesn't get paid off in the end user experience. The argument boils down to FSD can put drivers as well as others' lives in jeopardy, while the examples that you quote are harmless and just appeal to one's sensibilities, likes and dislikes. Here's a guy who doesn't know Teslas using FSD supervised are inarguably far safer than the average vehicle on the road. So what's my argument? Am I saying, yeah, FSD isn't full self-driving and it never will be, and that's fine because branding doesn't matter anyway, so you can call it whatever it is. You can call it full self-driving, and it doesn't matter if it doesn't really drive you 100% of the time? No, I'm not arguing that. FSD supervised is already far safer. This product is already delivering most of its value that people are paying for, right? And some would argue all of the value that they wanted it to deliver, which is making them safer on the road. The reply here was, not yet, it's getting there and long way to go. FSD was being touted so, and its name alludes to, for more than 7 years. Well, I had to break out the receipts and say, not yet, with the face with monocle emoji here, with a tweet from me from a year ago almost, July 9th, 2023. Tesla's vehicle safety report visualizations show miles between accidents, but the numbers are so large they're hard to relate to. Here's my proposed alternative. Percent of vehicles in traffic accidents. Now, I guess Tesla should feel free to report this in whatever way they want. I think this way makes the most sense. What percentage of vehicles were involved in traffic accidents over this time period? Now, a lot of folks didn't like the way that I laid this out, and they let me know in the comments. You can go find this tweet and look it up and go through the replies, but I thought it was a powerful visualization to show if you're on a Tesla using autopilot, and by the way, FSD is even safer than autopilot is, your risk in 2019 was 0.4% of being in a traffic accident. That sounds okay. I mean, you don't want to be in a traffic accident, but look at these other ones. A Tesla not using autopilot at 0.9, the average US vehicle at 2.5% that year. Then if you include the following year, 2019 and 2020, you get these numbers. And if you include 2019 through 2022, you get these numbers. The Tesla using autopilot number has only barely passed 1%, while the average US vehicle has more than an 8% chance of being in a traffic accident over the 4-year time period shown. And I put a note here at the bottom explaining my assumptions in the calculation. Assumes 12,000 miles driven per vehicle per year on average. So the reply here was, I can post 1,000 videos where it puts the driver in dangerous situations and the onus is on the driver to prevent it. Until FSD doesn't put you in such fatal situations, you can't claim it is better than human and hence driver assistant, or assist sant. So I didn't get a chance to reply to this one because my friend, Brian White at Future Aza, replied for me helpfully, anecdotes are fun but ultimately unhelpful. Data is what matters. You're not that stupid and you're not that clever, you know better. Yeah, it doesn't matter what your anecdotes are. Anecdotes are widely available on any topic you might wish to discuss, but it doesn't make you right in whatever viewpoint you're trying to support with those anecdotes. What you need to do instead is find real data from real independent agencies like the National Traffic Highway Safety Administration and see what the totals are, and then look at what the breakdown of those is by brand. And that'll tell you or slice and dice that data however you want, but look at all of the data. Don't look at anecdotes. Anecdotal evidence is no defense for your position. Traffic accidents happen all the time because the world is a messy, idiosyncratic, unpredictable place. You can't prevent yourself from being in a traffic accident. Anyone could drive into your vehicle while you're on the road. You can't prevent all traffic accidents, but you will be safer in a Tesla than you will be in other vehicles or in the average US vehicle by a wide margin, as my graphic here shows. And that is my video for today. So jerry-rig everything, stop criticizing full self-driving, or change your brand name to something more honest and in line with your own stated principles. With that, I will check back in with my co-host Loki, who has buried his head in his soft, lammy blanket. Before I thank you for watching this video, remind you to like the video if you didn't like the video already, to let the algorithm know to recommend it for other folks. Make sure you're subscribed to me on X or on YouTube. You can do that for free. Or you can join my YouTube channel or become a Patreon patron. Or become a paid subscriber for $3 a month on X. And a special shout out to my two executive producers, Kent the Kitchler and Rebellionaire.com, and I'll see you in the next one.